Hi guys, my name is Danny Toshinsky.
And my name is Jim Thorpe, the world's greatest athlete, and this guy's dad.
And then we'll be talking about sports.
Sports. And we're going to take a two-pronged sort of approach. Sports that maybe we like to participate in, and sports that we like to watch. So we'll start off with the shorter list, which is the ones that we participate in. I'll start off by saying, regrettably, we don't play as much as we actually used to before. And it's really important to do that. So hoping that maybe this next year we can kind of make some more time to get into some things. What kind of sports do you like to play or have in the past anyway?
Basketball.
Okay. So with Special Olympics, you got a basketball, shoot around, and, do some other things with that. Basketball. What else?
Soccer.
Soccer. Played a lot of soccer when you guys were kids. You do that a lot. You did soccer skills with Special Olympics, and you're actually really good at that, kicking the ball and everything, fooling around with it. So that's good exercise, but it's fun too. So what other sports like to play?
Tennis.
Tennis, right?
That's
and
right.
we did a lot of that, and you did Special Olympic stuff with that, but we just always lived by a tennis court, so we would play a lot. Now, my joints, my hips, and don't really allow me to necessarily be running around like I used to before. Probably not the wisest thing to do. So, but people playing pickleball these days, right?
That's right.
And you play pickleball, right?
Another time.
Yeah. So when you guys play pickleball, even though I haven't been there, I've heard that you're pretty good at it. And you like to play it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think in the future we've got to get to some pickleball courts, and so I could give it a try. Something that you and I could do. Any other sports you like to play? Catch. To throw the ball around.
Oh, football.
Yeah, throw the football around. Do some things with that. Anything else you can think of?
Tennis.
Well, we mentioned tennis, but what about tennis on the table?
Oh, ping pong.
Ping pong, table tennis. So, and you're really good at that, and I always like playing it. So, but that's the issue too with having the table available, and where do you set it up, and do you have room and whatnot. I wish it was a little bit easier, but yeah. And we like to hike, right?
That's right.
When we can do that, and walking, obviously lifting, it's more of a fitness thing than a sports recreation thing. But yeah, so, well, for the sake of time, what sports do we like to watch?
Well, what I like to watch is football.
Yeah, I'd say probably football is the number one sport that we watch as a family. Eagles, they had a good year, so that was kind of fun. Even when they don't have to win the Super Bowl, I mean, it's still fun. Get aggravated, yell profanities at the television, but what sport have we been watching a bunch of lately now?
Baseball.
Yeah, baseball season. Phillies, interesting year. A lot of profanity being yelled at the TV, right?
Most of the time.
Most of the time, some of the time, whatever. So, and baseball games are fun to go to, not just watching them on TV, but they're fun to go to. They're kind of chill and everything. And the tickets are a lot more affordable than a football game. But what other sports do you like to watch?
Hockey.
Hockey. Yeah, hockey is the other one that we kind of get into, looking at it a little bit. Flyers not having the greatest last few years, but hopefully things will start turning around. They just got a new coach. But and then we were talking the other day about with the Olympics, how we like to watch the Olympics, right?
That's right.
And of course, with the Olympics, There's the winter and the summer variety. And so, which one do you like better?
I think I like both.
Like both?
Yes.
Okay. I probably like the summer a little bit better. There's a little bit more variety and everything, but winter's interesting too. Let's start there. So, what's your favorite stuff? We like everything, all the sports, but what's your favorite, do you think?
I like the ski.
The skiing?
Yeah,
Okay. And you said ski jumping too, right?
that's right.
So they go down, they go off their little lift and flying through the air. So that's pretty cool. And then there's the downhill skiing, right? And they go as fast as they can. Sometimes they wreck, and that's kind of spectacular as long as nobody gets injured. It's kind of cool to watch. And then what's the thing you were saying before about with the flags?
When you're trying to duck and go very fast.
Yeah, try to go fast. What in between the flags?
Yes.
So that's slalom, and that's kind of fun. And then they have the skiing. I forget what they call it, but where they do tricks too. They hit moguls, little hill things, and other stuff off lifts, and they're flipping and doing whirly birds and whatnot. And anyway, all that stuff is pretty cool. So skiing, and then they do cross country skiing, and then they do biathlon cross country skiing, where occasionally they stop and shoot with a rifle at targets and stuff. Okay, what about on ice? What kind of things on ice with the Olympics?
I forgot what's called again.
What about that?
A shotgun?
A shotgun. Well, shoot the puck. You know, hockey, right?
Yeah, hockey.
Yeah, so hockey's kind of cool. And of course, with all the Olympics, it's kind of neat because you're rooting for a country, the athletes are there. It's not about getting paid, it's about other things. So, yeah. Well, ice skating, right?
That's right.
So, ice skating is something my mom used to like to watch it, so I would watch it with her. That's probably the biggest thing for me. But, yeah. Oh, I know what you were trying to think of. When they throw the iron down the ice.
Yes.
And how the person's sweeping and everything. Yeah, curling.
Okay.
Curling. So curling is kind of chill. What else? Yeah, speed skating is cool. And, yeah, so Winter Olympics. But how about Summer Olympics? You have a favorite there?
Well, for summer. So, I like the track.
The what?
Tracks.
Track and field. The rest of the world, I think, kind of calls it athletics, but track and field stuff. So, what's your favorite events there?
I like tons of running.
Okay. So, shorter distances, that's kind of dramatic stuff. 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, etc. So, they're moving pretty fast. And then, of course, there's the intermediate distances and the longer distance. And then there's hurdles where they're jumping over that stuff. And steeplechase, where they're jumping over the obstacle and the pit of water and whatnot. And so that's kind of cool. Well, what else do you like with track and field? What did you do in high school?
I play shot put.
Yeah. Did you like throwing the shot put?
So much fun.
Yeah. So keep that forearm elbow up. Yeah. Shot put. So shot put. What are the other throws? Discus.
That too.
What else? Can you remember? Javelin.
Javelin.
And then in the Olympics they do hammer throw. Well, colleges, I guess, do too. So, and they're all pretty cool to watch it, flying through the air and all that stuff. So, Anyway, there's that. And then there's the jumping, the long jump, the high jump. And then what is it when, they have that thing in their hands and
Oh yeah.
what is it called?
Think
of what do they have in their hands?
Pole.
Pole.
Boat.
Vault. Pole vault. And again, as long as nobody's getting injured, that's kind of cool when they're getting up really high and getting over the bar. So, okay, swimming, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the Summer Olympics and all the different ones there, butterfly back, float and freestyle and whatnot. You really like when they're on the boards and jumping in. What's that called?
Diving.
And sometimes it's off a board, sometimes it's off a platform, sometimes it's off a real high platform. So that's kind of cool. And then what else? Gymnastics,
Yes.
men and women, taekwondo, judo, freestyle wrestling, Greco-Roman wrestling, so all that, boxing, all the different kinds of, different kind of martial arts sort of stuff. So, what are we forgetting about? What is it called? Do you remember?
Fencing.
Fencing. And they have different ones depending on what they're fencing with. A foil, a saber, an épée, I think it is. And so, yeah, they're kind of cool to watch also. Anything else?
Well, I say it's cool. And how to say peace?
Oh, that we're done?
Uh,
Sports, well, yeah.
I was lost.
No, what's the last thing you want to say about sports?
Oh, sports is cool. Sports is fun. Always will be fun. All day.
Mm-hmm. And what, to play them and to watch them?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, if you can't play them, watch. Do a little bit of both. Watching will motivate you to do them. So that's always a good thing. Someone once told me that if there were two ants fighting on the sidewalk over a twig, I would probably spend hours watching them fight, and they're right, I probably would. And if one ant was smaller than the other one and had one leg missing, that's the one I would probably be rooting for, because I always go for the underdog. So, we like wrestling too, that's a sport too, right?
That's right.
Wrestling entertainment. Okay, what do you want to say to these people?
Okay. And I was just saying earlier, I was saying peace,
And love.
subscribe, ring the bell.
And we will see you next time. Okay?